Hello YouTube, Asuma here with another episode of my Hermitcraft LP. So the plan this episode was to move away from the spawn village, and I've been getting prepared. I have some potions for the journey, plenty of food for when I arrive at the location, and I've got some arrows, lots of iron so I can make plenty of tools when I'm starting out. And I'm not too sure about these saplings as well. I decided to bring two of each, but that seems a little bit pointless. Yeah, and I've picked out a location on Admist. I've been looking at the map and I found a place that I think is going to be decent to move to. It's got a village next to it, which is important because when the update comes I want to do some stuff with the villagers. But anyway, that was going to be the plan for this episode, but then I woke up today and I had a really cool idea for the animal pens that we have over the other side. And something else I want to talk about while we're on our way over there is, in the last episode I also talked about building the end farm and doing a special episode for that. Well, that's on hold at the moment because there's so many changes going on with enchanting in 1.3. It looks like that getting to level 30, which is the new maximum, would be very easy, so building a huge farm like that actually starts to seem like a bit over the top, because apparently you can even get XP from mining, and yeah, it just seems like it's a good idea to wait before we do anything there. So anyway, we're here at the pens, and the idea that I've had I think is only going to work with the mushrooms because they're 1.5 tall. But if we flick the lever over here, we're going to raise these blocks in the corner and then the mushrooms can get out. And what I've been thinking is, if we have some wheat, we can lure the mushrooms around and move them from side to side. We can also breed them, so we can use this as a breeding area. And then if we were to raise the blocks here and have some signs on the wall and then some water above it, and we had like a big glass tube, then we should be able to lure them all the way over to the edge here. They'd stand on the block that's on the end, and because they're 1.5 tall, they get sucked in by the water, and then what that would be is basically a motivator like one of those over there, and it could take them up. And because this thing's wide, I think the tube would be about 4 wide or maybe a little bit wider than that. It would take them up and then put them into some sort of like water stream from side to side that pushes them into the middle and drops them into a lava cooker. And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think this could really work, and it would technically be a animal breeding machine, because you'd be able to breed the animals, leave them in this area here, and then you could lure them all over to one side. And obviously you'd have to try not to lure all of them at once because you wouldn't want to lose all of your animals, but you'd lure some of them over and then they'd go up into the motivator and then they'd fall down into a lava cooker. And for that I think we would need bigger cells, but I'm just going to do this as like a quick test before I leave. I plan on leaving this episode, so that's something I want to get done. And my only worries about this is that because mobs are so glitchy when they touch, like, you know, surfaces or whatever you want, blocks, that's the correct term. When they touch the blocks, they get so glitchy that perhaps when they go into a tube and get dropped into this lava cooker, that they might be able to glitch out. So anyway, we're gonna build this and experiment and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna do a test because I'm curious about something. What I've done is put signs along the wood, and we've got dirt around it, and this would be glass when it would be finished. One thing though, I might remove this dirt at the front and replace it with signs. But the idea is that they can fit underneath this block because they're 1.5 tall, and then if they step over into the water, then they bob up and down a little, and they might be able to catch on the water here and then rise up. And I've already done a little test and it didn't happen with the dirt. I think they don't come out far enough into the water to actually rise up, so I'm going to replace this with signs and then we'll see if that happens. Okay, now we can do the test, and I'm actually a little worried that we might end up losing some of the mushrooms doing this. As long as we can keep 2 in there, then we're okay. But let's see what happens. Doesn't look like they're going to get motivated here. Okay, so while they're at the front here, let's raise these blocks. And this doesn't seem to work either. Okay, let's take another look at that. Why are they not getting raised by the water? Perhaps all of the water has to be source blocks for this to work. Let's lower that down quickly and I'll get some more water. Okay, I've now got source blocks, so let's give this another try. Okay, that's interesting. If I walk around this side, they come straight towards the wheat. Then if I stand here, they don't head straight towards me. They sort of go off to one side. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. I think there's some sort of pathfinding thing going on where they're trying to find a way around this. Because they must see this as a sort of no-go place. And this guy's probably going to go up into it now. But anyway, that's not how I wanted it to work. I wanted us to be able to lure them straight in with ease into the mob-evator. And if I didn't give you a clear enough picture of what we're trying to do here, we want it so that the mushrooms can't get into this mob-evator at all until we choose for them to. So we would activate a lever so they could climb up one block below there, and with the wheat we'd be luring them into the trap here. But I think I'm going to leave it at that for this episode. I don't see this really going anywhere. One of the other ideas that I had would be to put, say, like a 2x2 4-block drop hole over here. So it'd look like it is now, except there'd be pistons underneath, and they would retract these blocks, and then other pistons would pull them into the side. And then that way you would have a 2x2 hole. You could lure them in with wheat again over the top of the hole, and that would take them to some sort of mob-evator, maybe just straight into a lava cooker, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it at that for this episode because I want to leave the spawn village, so I'm going to get all my supplies together and we're going to head out to the location that I've scouted. I've had another rummage through my inventory and I've picked out some more useful items here. I've taken a potion of regeneration in case I get into a sticky situation and I don't want to lose all of this. I've also picked out a bed. I can't believe I thought of leaving without that. A chest to put these items in when we get there, some furnaces and crafting tables just to make things easy when we arrive, and yeah, something very important, obsidian, because we need to make a portal when we get there. So we got that and the flint and steel, and yeah, as before, 2 stacks of bread, some bone meal and coal. So we got everything we need for this journey, and it's been a really long time since I've done a time lapse. Well, I don't think I've even done one on Hermitcraft before, but haven't done one on xisumavoid for ages, and I've always enjoyed doing them. And on xisumavoid we had an episode where I went in search of mushrooms, and for that episode I brought up the map on a mist and showed the path that I was taking. And so I want to do that again. I want to have a time lapse, and I've got some really cool music to share with you. It's by a friend of mine, and we've used his music before on my channel, and his new project is called Jotun. So I've picked a song off of the album that I really like. And yeah, we're going to have a little time lapse. You can see the journey that I take, and first of all I'm going to show you the map in Admist. So here is the map on Admist, and if you look in the bottom left hand corner there's an X where the spawn village is, and next to that there's the mushroom biome that you can see from spawn. But the place that I want to set up my base is all the way over the other side of the map in the top right hand corner. There's a big island there that's quite isolated from anyone else. I don't think anyone's within 2,000 blocks of it, so that's why I've picked that location. It's nice and isolated, so I can go caving and exploring without treading on anyone else's territory. And there's also a village right next to it in the desert biome. Now, it might not actually be there because of the way that Admist works. It shows you where the game might put villages, but they might not actually be there. So I'm going to go to the village first, and if it's not there it means we're going to have to change the plan and pick a different location. But I'll be looking for something similar, somewhere isolated but next to a village. And also, this isn't on the map, but the other side of the island there's a mushroom biome as well, so I can get mushrooms at this place. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over to that village, and if it's there then I can block all of the villages in and save them for a later project, but if it's not there we're going to have to change the plan. But anyway, let's get on with the journey. At last I have arrived and the sun is setting, and this is a really bad time to get here actually, because we want to rescue those villagers from zombies. And for some reason I can't sprint. There we go. And it looks like some of them are already out of their houses. That's it. Oh yeah, they go back inside at night, of course. Okay, let's make sure you're going to be safe from zombie attacks. Okay, so we just gotta lock them all in and survive ourselves, because the zombies are going to be after us as well. I can't see if anyone's in there, but better safe than sorry. And yes, I'm very pleased that this is here, because as I said, there's a chance that it might have not actually spawned. Thought I saw an iron golem, but it was just a sandy looking hill. Oh, anyway, we've covered up enough doors, and I think enough villagers are safe that we could say, if the zombies do come after us and we get in a hairy situation, we've done enough already. I'm not even checking that they're inside. Yeah, there we go, there's one in there. This is great. And I'm probably going to actually set up a little base here. I might do, I'm not sure, because we've got these farms already set up for us. Although there isn't much advantage to it at the moment. There we go, there's a couple of guys in there. Let's go down here. Now I'd like to get all the doors covered up, but it's a bit of a big village, so I'll probably miss some. And what was that? It looked like it was daytime for a second. All of a sudden just got a lot lighter. Right, okay. Let's go climb up this hill. And yeah, the journey went very well. No creepers, no zombies, no skeletons, nothing at all. And that's because I took a bed with me and slept at night. That makes it a big difference. Right, so we've done these ones, we've done those two. I think we might have done them all. Okay, yeah, that's all of them, I think. Ah, one more house down there. Oh, and the mobs have started spawning, so let's get that house and get out of here. And I also don't have my audio set up correctly, so I can't really hear the game sound at the moment, which is very bad because there's creepers. In fact, we're going to go in here. This is going to be my shelter for the night. Okay, I have survived the night. In fact, I didn't. I just logged out and decided to come back here later. Oh, and it appears that it's going to be night again. But anyway, I was just going to tell you that I've decided I don't want to stay here. It seems a little bit pointless, and I think I can hear the villagers trying to open their doors as well. But yeah, it seems pointless to stay here. I want to go over to where my new base is going to be and talk about that. So I'm just going to wait for the sun to go down again, and then rest in my bed and head over there tomorrow. Okay, we are here. This is my island that I've chosen to be my base. So far so good. I can see some sheep, that's a good sign. I'm hoping there'll be lots of animals here. Let's just go ahead and crash the boat. Okay. This looks alright. First impressions are, it actually looks a little bit different than on... Oh no, wait a minute, I can see on the other screen there's this nice little cove on the map as well. So this is just the first part of the island. If we go over here it should get a bit bigger. Got more sheep. Lots of sheep. Okay, I'm hoping we get some pigs and cows over here as well. Looks interesting so far. No it doesn't. It doesn't look like a normal island, but it's decent, it'll do. I'm going to light it all up. That'll be one of the first things I do, so that no mobs spawn around here. And again, sheep. I haven't seen any pigs or cows yet. Ah, there we go. Group of cows. So this looks like a nice place to settle down actually. The island's quite big. I'll probably want to leave its natural sort of landscape going on, just put torches down over everything, so that mobs can't spawn. And I think that's most of the island. There's no pigs, which is a bit of a disappointment. I was hoping because it was flatlands there would be lots of groups of animals, but it seems like it's only sheep and that one patch of cows. And that's something actually I've got to do, is round them all up before they wander off, so Just want to climb up to the top of here, and I think there's a little bit more over the other side of the island that I didn't explore. So I'm just going to go over there and see if we get lucky and there's any pigs. Ah, there we go. Some pigs. I was starting to get a little bit worried. I found a couple more groups of sheep, and there we go. We've got pigs and cows, which is great. And chickens is not a problem because we can get eggs, of course. And there you go. There's a group of chickens over here. So this seems like a really good island, full of animals. No mobs at the moment, but that's all about to change when the sun goes down. And I've got a little bit of time. But I'll probably sleep in a bed the first night to give myself a head start, and then tomorrow I'm going to be going out there and lighting everything up and trying to round up some of these animals as well. So I'll need to make a little wheat farm somewhere. So you may have just noticed that the game sound was going up and down a little bit. I left it on full, and usually I have it at 20, and I think right now I set it to 50. Oh no, 30, and we'll put it up to 40 because I played back the footage and I noticed that actually it really wasn't that bad with the game volume very high up. So anyway, I'm going to go around and torch this place up now so that mobs... No. That's something I really didn't want to happen because I want to keep this island just the way it is. I don't want it getting blown up by creepers. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the base that I want to build here. Now, for ages I've been rattling in my brain, what do I want to do? Do I want to do a tree house? Do I want to do some sort of fancy base that looks like this or looks like that, a castle? All sorts of ideas. And then it occurred to me, like earlier today, that I think what I need to do is just come here and play and not really have any direction or any plan to do with a base and just take it day by day and see what happens. So I imagine that the kind of base I'm going to end up building will just be a sort of free-flowing, build little things all over the place kind of job. And yeah, I did say to some of you that I wanted to continue the treehouse project, and I really do, but in Asuma's world the treehouse just became really difficult to build because it was such a big expectation, you know, to do something like that. And that was originally what I wanted to do. I wanted to challenge myself and pick something I thought I'd find difficult. But what I learned was that it means you've always got to work on it and you've always got to be doing something, and often or not your ideas and inspiration change from time to time, and you always feel like doing something a little bit different than you did the other day. And that's why I just want to come here and settle down and play and just do whatever I feel like doing, because yeah, I think that way I'm going to have more fun and I'm going to come up with some new inventions and that kind of thing, because it's been a long time since I've really been able to get in the creative mode and just make up some things like I used to in my test world. And that's because I was always working on some big projects and going into Asuma's world and trying to do this or trying to do that, and yeah, I just want to take it easy here, and I already have an idea for a project that I want to do straight away. Earlier in the episode we were talking about the mob pens and how we could make them into a lava cooker. Well, I had this idea that on one side we could actually remove the water and have it so that there's some signs holding up the water on one side, and then when we remove it there'll be a hole with the signs on either side so we can lure the animals into it. So that will effectively be a animal breeding machine for SMP, and that's one of the first things I want to do when I get set up here, but I have a lot more torching to do. And then I've got to round up some of the animals, and I want to torch up the whole island, by the way. I probably won't do it all in one go, but I want to get a good area around where we start. It's done, and yeah, so that's a couple of the things I want to do straight away. And then in the long term, I haven't really got too many plans for what I want to do, but I do want to get a mob spawner going real soon. And oh yeah, the other thing I have to do is link back to the Nether. So I don't know how long this episode is at the moment. I've got to go through all the footage and edit and all that sort of stuff, but I imagine that we're near the end of it. So next episode I'm probably going to be linking back to the Nether and hopefully making that animal breeding machine or mob pen, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I've got good feelings about this place. I like the islands. I think I've got the right attitude for building a base over here. We're just gonna build and see what happens. No big plan. I think that would be a fail if I were to come here and say, oh, you know, I'm going to build a big tree house over there or something. I think that way I would just not do very good. Okay, the sun is setting down on my first day on my new base, or the island. I don't know, it needs a name. It doesn't sound right, but I thought I'd show you this funky little place. I don't know, it's going to lead to some caves, I guess. And there's some lava at the surface here as well. Anyway, we just head back to my little tree that I've set up. I have an idea, and I thought as the sun goes down we'll try and have a look and see how many torches I've actually placed down so far. So somewhere over here, there it is. Put some sand around it to make it quite visible. This is my little starting base for now. A bed. Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, that is timing. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Let's get this guy out of here. Come on. He's being clever. Right, let's go. Oh no, it missed. Yes, victory. It didn't blow up my tree. Okay, what I wanted to do was come up here, and where can we do this? I think we can do it just over here. If we remove some of these leaf blocks. And I also have some ladders in here, so I'll take these, and I want to place down a torch here as well. It's not that bright up here. There we go. Oh no, can't do that. I need to place a ladder there. Let's get this right. Okay, that is a really nice view. That looks about right. Got plenty of this side over here done, and we're not in the centre of the island, so you can see it kind of ends just over there. I think it goes a little bit further, but I'd say that took me about 10 minutes, and we got quite a lot done. I reckon I can do this in about another 30 minutes. Yeah. So the sun has set, but actually it's been set for quite a while. I've just been standing up here having a look around and thinking, and yeah, I've torched up a lot of that area over there, but I thought this would take me about 30 or 40 minutes. It's probably going to take me a couple of hours to torch up the whole island, because as you can see there's a lot more to do. And over there I think there's a sheep in a tree. That's pretty normal for Minecraft. But yeah, there's a couple of things I want to talk about while I'm up here. First of all, the music that was playing earlier in this episode, that's made by a good friend of mine who I've been talking to for a couple of years now, and I'm a really big fan of his music and what he does, and I like to help him out wherever I can by using his music in my videos, which is great because I actually listen to his music when I play Minecraft, so it's really fitting. And I just wanted to let you know that you can download his album for free. He doesn't charge any money. You can listen to all of his albums for free, and I'm going to put a link in the description box to his channel, and on there you can find a link to the album with the song that we had earlier in the video, and yeah, it's free, so you got nothing to lose. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was a name for this place. Now I keep referring to it as the island or the base, which is not really a base yet, but I need a name for it and I just can't think of anything. So if you have an idea for a name, please post it in the comment box, and hopefully one of you will post something that really clicks, because I feel like this place needs a name more than anything right now. So yeah, post a name if you have an idea, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.